There is not an Elden ladybug. Volcanic ladybug. That's right, they're over here. Over here will take you down this slope, past those rocks that are blocking the way, that I will blow up now. Takes you right back to the start of the level, where I got Goddess Cube C. Ooh, hey. Take it. That's 13 I've collected, minus the 2 I spent. Here's your first volcanic ladybug. Just to demonstrate, this was the dead end when you first came in. Ooh, I don't need it. I'll take it. I'm not even going to make a tally. Got a big check mark on my tally now because I've got all the jelly blobs I need. This is where you first landed, and that's where I got heart dowsing, and then I had to take the right fork. And Goddess Cube C was right down here. So Elden Volcano here has a lot of these sandy slopes. Had to do that twice. When the bokoblins here, they'll throw rocks down at you. When you knock them onto the sandy slope, are you gonna try to hit me or what? They'll roll all the way down till they hit a platform. You can also use your slingshot, but it's a little harder to peg them at this distance. You better run. When you do, they'll drop the rocks on themselves and die. If you hang out long enough, they'll stomp your hand and you'll slide all the way down. Ta-da! Oh, come on, like, you got this. Maybe not. The boy ain't right. This is a nice little bokoblin village where it's easy to stock up on ornamental skulls, which I actually will be doing a little bit later. I mentioned it before, but if you didn't watch that video or weren't paying attention, or I actually didn't mention it, I just thought I did, there are 3 easy ways to kill bokoblins. Oh, voiced it again. Where'd you go? The first way to kill them is by engaging them in sword combat. I do a check mark, an overhead slash downward, and then a diagonal slash from bottom left to top right. Makes a little check mark. It makes me feel like I'm succeeding in something. I don't know. Like I get a check plus or something. Second way is to surprise them, running up and then shaking your Wii remote when you do that kind of overhead jump slash thing. Do that from behind. And the third way is just to shield bash them. This guy will stop blowing his horn as soon as you blow up his tower. Slight chance that guy will drop a treasure. Today he did not. Up here is a very reliable spot to get... usually a reliable spot to get an amber relic. I guess it doesn't. It didn't appear... Yeah, I guess it doesn't appear the first time you pass. Or maybe I've just been unlucky. But if you enter a building and exit, respawn, go up to the sky or what have you, it'll usually have just an amber relic there. Here's another ladybug. Be wary, there's a choo-choo. We call it volcanic choo-choo. It's a red choo-choo. Roll or a spin. 15 choo-choos. You can also kill these guys by just rolling a bomb into them, and it gets stuck and they blow up. This one has a couple platforms or bokoblins. Excuse me, bokoblins. Will roll rocks down on you. Surprise! And then this bottom one where you'll just have to sneak up on these guys. Heart, don't care. Ooh! Sweet. And I'm just gonna rest here for just a sec. Okay, now I'm gonna run up. You can run up to the front of this thing. I never do. I usually just go around the side. I guess that reduces the chance that they're gonna stomp your hand. Yay! They do hit themselves. Gotta be careful standing here, because they are liable to hit you too. Hoyo! Now you can actually pick up these rocks and throw them at them. Take your rock with ya! Oh good, it's Beavis and Butthead. They even have the snapping. I think these guys are supposed to be like the sharks and the jets from West Side Story. Yo! We're gang members, but it ain't scary because we're cartoon versions that dance and snap our fingers in rhythm, yeah! Lead. With the little mop on his head there. Like Led Zeppelin, I guess. I forget his friend's name. Quartz, maybe? No, someone else was Quartz. No, he's Cobalt. Because his hair looks like raw mineral cobalt. So he's Cobalt without the T. Even though his hair's not the color cobalt, you know, the light blue. It's raw mineral. The garbed figure. I gotta choose the left one. So Zelda, after the Skyview Temple, wandered her way over here. I don't know what the terrain is like between there and here. You can't travel between land areas without going up to the sky. Okay. That is a trap, but there is one right over here. I'm not even going to bother with that right now. Anybody up here? Yet. So Zelda somehow made her way over here. That's not good. And was surrounded by bokoblins. And Impa from the past showed up and saved her. Said, alright, here you are. Go in this temple and pray. That was Goddess Cube F, and its Goddess Chest is behind Peter's Clean Cut, which is on Bamboo Island where I talked to Peter earlier. Oh, well, I'll dig around in here anyway. This one is a trap. It's a trap! But how can they be jamming us if they don't know we're coming? Neon Noon, the co-pilot. Come on, man! Yeah, you better run. I can get you. Here's another little bokoblin village. Method 1. Method 2. And method 3. You shut your face! It's from Homestar Runner back in the day. Kids today probably don't even know what Homestar Runner is. He did not drop a treasure. Don't need to go up that way yet. So ignore that way. Because I get this one last Goddess Cube. And then I'll be going back to the sky. This is the treasure medal and the Goddess chest that accompanies this, which is very useful. Activate this bird statue and then go back up to the sky. Pick up some of those Goddess Cubes I got earlier. There's one you can't get. It's in the Thunderhead, which you can get to later, but not until halfway through the game. The first Goddess Cube is kind of over by where I've got the... Is it? Am I turned around? Yes, I am turned around. Oh, wait. I was thinking I was going through the head. No. That looks like Pumpkin Landing. I was thinking I was exiting the Farron Woods entry point. This is the back of Skyward. Yes, I see. Taking the scenic route. Which I want to see in the clouds, where it's right about here-ish. No, it's not. Yeah, there it is. See that hole in the clouds just below my Loftwing's feet? Some clouds in front of it. That's the Lanero Desert portal. Okay, so the first one is in what I call Triple Chest Island. call it that for unknown reasons. If you're smart, you'll figure out why. When my bird dives, I always thought that his tail feathers was like his butt. And I'm like, he's got a red butt. What's up with that?
It was like, what is that? Stains from bloody diarrhea? Poor bird.
But he actually does have a red butt on his underside. So here's one treasure chest. The other one, which you get later, from Lanayru, is over there. And there's a third one. Shit. I like how the game kind of pretends that didn't happen. A night doesn't save you, you just kind of wake up. It's over here-ish. Triple Chest Island. Wait, I got that right. I was totally zoned out there. That should have been a small seed satchel. Okay. Phew. Talk about autopilot. There you go. Now it's the long journey over to the corner one. This Thunderhead here. Thunderheads are interesting. Because storm winds are caused by different air pressures, different air temperatures. The sun and people and things move and warm up the air. And that warm air likes to move to a colder air spot. It expands into the colder areas. And that warms those areas up, and then they want to expand into the cold areas. So wind tends to go from the hotter areas in the equator, north and south. Couple that with the Earth spinning, and that's why we get a whole bunch of... these stupid tornadoes love to appear here. I don't care. I will ram that rock just to kill you, out of spite. That's why we get storms usually coming up from the Southern California. We get these westerly storms blowing up. Because we have the Earth rotating one way underneath them and it moving generally north. I believe it's this one. It's the most convenient second one. The air is comprised, like, of 78% nitrogen. And, like, 21% oxygen. And the other 1% is everything else. Hydrogen and carbon and everything like that. Oh, I don't remember this trip taking so long. It's not worth it. There are thermals that birds will actually ride. Due to the change in the hot and cold. There's sometimes an updraft as hot air from the Earth rises and cools. Cools as it gets higher up, farther away, and it hits all that air that's higher up and cooler. And as that hot air rises, birds can glide around much easier. Yay, treasure medal! That's okay. That my pouch is full. Because I'll be going over to the item check in a second anyway. And the next one is over here. This goddess chest was from Goddess Cube D, which was right around the back of that... What do you want to call it? The pit. I call it the pit. When I took the left fork and held the volcano and it was dead end and there was that thing there. The bird goes through the rock. Oh, faster, birdie, faster. Aha! And the last one is over here on Bamboo Island. Decided to go right there for no good reason. Even though I was tilting left. And say, while I'm here, I'm gonna do some of these mini-games. This is a good way to get some of these treasures that you normally don't get until later in the game. Mangy milk toast, god damn it, motherfucking Mr. Purr. Yes. Evil crystals, monster horns, golden skulls. I think I want to get 21. You'll get evil crystals and monster horns when you score between 20 and 28. Well, 20 and 27. An evil crystal, hooray! What I really want is a monster horn. If you score 28, you'll likely get a golden skull, or potentially a bluebird feather. I tend to make a trip over here later to get some of these treasures, but I'm here now, so I'll do this now. $26. That should be good enough for a monster horn. Ah, another evil crystal. I'll do this a maximum of 5 times now, I figure. It's easy to screw up, especially with this just goddess sword. A little bit easy to get off. I find it's easier if you stand up, for some reason. And because your Wii Remote's kind of tilted weird, you have to tilt it 90 degrees to the left. $27, that's what I want. I'm done, I'm done! Because if I hit 28, then I'll get a golden skull or something that I don't quite want yet. Yay, monster horn! So look at Link's sword when I get done talking to this asshole. this is me holding it straight up with the buttons on top. If you swing it back and forth, he kind of hits it with a blunt edge and tends to think you're going diagonal. So if you rotate it, it's going diagonal even though I'm going horizontal. That'll do it. That sometimes helps if you're having trouble. All of these become available later in the game, and you can pick them up naturally. But I figure it's easier to have them now and not worry about it. This counts down, don't worry about it. You're not on a time limit. 25 is kind of on the cusp. It should be a monster horn. I want more monster horns than evil crystals. You'll need 8 by the end of the game to upgrade one of everything. You'll need 4 evil crystals. Well, it's it on evil crystals. And lastly, let's try for that 28. Or fail miserably. There he goes. Oh, well. I'll take it. You don't need these for a while yet anyway. These treasures. It's just good to get some of them. Just so you don't have to deal with it later. And with all these rupees that you got from the goddess chests, go back and go shopping. There we go. Right in front of the bazaar, please. Just going shopping, an ordinary day. I was only customer. What does he complain about me not buying stuff? So this is the third of 4 additional adventure pouches you can get through the game. And if you can't afford it, just hold your breath. I'm sure you'll get it later.
Thank you!
But I kind of planned it so that you'd have enough rupees by this point.